Energy healing. You're unsure. Maybe you've seen the people who said that they are healers and they're actually not healers. I'm not going to go into it, who is a healer, who's not a healer. Since the day I was born, I had energy inside of me. And if you follow me for a while, you would maybe hear that story. But if you're new to me, I'll completely explain it. Since I was a little girl, I had that in me. I was born and raised in Croatia. At the time, there was a communism country. And there was no way that my parents or my mother would have been able to help me or to expand or talk about my gifts during the communism time. There was no such a thing. And one day she was going to see, because my mum has got a particular disease, and she was going to see from Russia. They came down and they were called the bioenergy healers. And in Croatian, that would be called bioenergičar, and my mum went to see them. And they said to her, well, your little girl who's standing next to you, she's one of us. And my mum didn't understand that at all. And I didn't understand it because I was under the age of 10. And by the time I'm just thinking in a timeline how old I was, by the time I was starting to do nursing. And nursing over there, much more earlier ages where we start nursing than they start here. And in nursing is where my gift, both of my gifts, seeing the people who cross over, past loved ones, to see them while I'm in a hospital, especially if the person was going to cross over. I would have a patience. Sometimes this would happen. During the wartime, we had no electricity. Sometimes we had no electricity. And I would say, oh, there are scissors in this person. Not from our surgery, from maybe something years ago, because, maybe it was something being formed. Back then, there was no counting of the instruments. It was by the time I was starting nursing, but back then in the 20 years prior to it, it wasn't. And I would feel it. And I would have just look at a person and I would have said, what's wrong? And I would have said, well, we need to go and do things like that. So that's from psychic point of view, what I see in sort of a person. And this is what happens during the sessions as medical intuition. See it, what's wrong? Why is it something that it's happening in them? What's emotion trapped into it? What event did they encounter in their life that this happened to them? And then the second part, the energy healing, the energy healing which comes up out of my hands. And you've seen this, I do it over the text messages. You see this, I do it over the phone. I don't have to have a person in the room with me. People love it to be with me, but it doesn't have to be. So how can I be at home and help you with your tremor? How can I be at home and help you with your headaches? Have a look at the testimonials. I live in integrity of authenticity and truth. And there is some of us who are truthful and honest, and we carry that light, that there's true people out there for what we are doing, the light keepers, carrying the light, carrying that energy. And there are so many people who say that they are and they're not. So please, don't put us all in the same basket, that we're all like that when it's not like that. Experience differences, just like you've got with every occupation. Bad cop, good GP, bad GP. So energy healing is something which can travel. So what does it help you with energy healing? Many different things. It could be that it's removing simply a pain, what you're having. And when we are doing that, I talk to you and see what emotion is it trapped, what inner child it is. So we then, I don't want to say drop or melt away the patterns, but we do. I talk to you. I give you the strategies for the mindset, how to help you with your inner child and trauma, what you experienced. And that trauma, please understand, doesn't have to be, some people see trauma has to be like something as car accident, something big. Everyone's trauma is different. Different levels, different things. What happened? And do not compare your pain to someone else's pain, because everyone is dealing with the pain the best what they can and how they can do it. So energy healing can help you if you can't sleep. You just want to have restoration of your body, replugging of yourself. And this is where my regular clients do that. They book in the regular sessions to have got energy healing, to replug them like a car, putting a petrol in it. How can you run the car without the petrol, oil, water, anything? So then the other part of the energy healing is when there is spiritual parts, when we want to have a growth in our spiritual awareness, consciousness, mindsets, all of that. That all can happen during the energy healing. You can be peeling up layers of yourself. I believe so that we come here with our contracts to experience things. Why some people have got more than the others. And you will notice that the healers generally have got more things that happen to them. Why? Because it's about peeling up a layer and going that extra notch, extra frequency, growing into the next frequency that happen. And if you are like that, and maybe you're at home and going like, oh my goodness, how much stuff do I've got on my contract? Or there is something special and unique about you and it's on your contract. So instead of looking at why, what's happening, have a look of it. What is it teaching me? What do I need to learn in it? And embody it. So, and the healing part and mindset strategy, it's all great. But if you're not going to embody it and evolve and grow and find the resolution within the revolution of yourself and that curveball, what it was given to you, that's what needs to happen. Then the healing and that pattern is complete. And embodied, and you have a foundation, and you have a steady foundation, not a wobbly foundation. And sometimes foundations are wobbly for a reason. To teach you things about yourself and what do you need to do and how you do it. And if you have questions regarding the energy healing, have a look at the testimonials. It's always in the stories, always posting about it. And it is amazing. And if you don't believe it, there is no need to leave a negative comments about it. Scroll down to the next post. Simply do that. I know what I do and I love what I do.